Captain Starlog, July 14th, 2017. Welcome back, guys. I'm back. I'm still not feeling 100% myself. As some of you know if you follow the channel, haven't really been feeling like myself lately. Need to take some time off. Just creative issues, not feeling like doing anything, not really feeling at all like myself, no creative drive. And I apologize. It's been hard for me to get back into a routine. Even before Samuel and myself left for the mission trip, this was starting to affect me. It affected me all during the trip, and I apologize to Samuel. I was a little bit snippy at times when he was here, and it just wasn't myself, and I really apologize for that. You can actually probably see it reflected in some of the videos we do, even the one today. Because we filmed a lot of Trekyards episodes. There's the odd one where I just am not myself, I'm very quiet. We also did some really fantastic ones where I was on my game and everything was fine, but today anyway is a brief debriefing by the commander and myself about our mission trip. It was a success, but it wasn't the success we were hoping for going into it, and we'll get into that as the video progresses. We're going to show you some small clips and pictures and stuff while Sam and myself are talking, just so you can get a feel for what the trip was like. Now, I have already edited together the full captain's travel log, captain's log, travel log, get it? Of the entire trip, all the footage that I took, well, most of it. And it is about 2 hours long though, just under 2 hours, so it's rather lengthy, and I didn't want to release that as something for general viewing, because not everybody's going to sit through that. Only the real fans of the show will. And it basically documents the entire trip, minus one or two small little things, but nothing really super important. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is play the video of Samuel and myself doing the debriefing. I want you guys to, I want you to see your comments below. Do you want to see the 2 hour full-length travel log video where with all the footage from behind the scenes of the trip? If you do, please put it in the comments below, and also hit the like button. The more likes I get on this video, the more I'll know that that's something you guys want, and I can definitely release that in like a week or two, maybe more, depending on how things go, because there's lots of fantastic stuff in it. It's really great, but nobody's going to sit through 2 hours. That's like a feature-length movie length. You have to be a real fan of Trekyards or really interested in what we did during that trip to see that. This one is, like I said, it's a debriefing by the commander and myself. We basically do a rundown of what happened during the trip, and so that you guys can get a feel for what's going on, and then you can either watch this one and just this one because it's shorter, or you can get a little bit of a tease for what's to come in the 2 hour one, should I release that, should you guys be interested in that. So that's something that I would really like for you guys to give me input on, and yeah, then when this is done, I'm going to actually come back and just give a closeout for the video and tell you one or two more things that we did during our trip that weren't included in the video here. So anyway, guys, enjoy. This is the commander and myself doing our mission debriefing for Mission Canada 2, The Wrath of Ticonderoga. Hey guys, so look who I found for my captain's log. I found this guy.
So is it Captain Commander's log, or am I just reporting to you for this log?
It's reporting to me, I guess.
Yes.
This is kind of like a mission debriefing about our weekend, because it is now Thursday. We've been back. We've got a lot done filming wise, and getting your perks and stuff ready and off. Yes. Not off yet. We're waiting for the funds to clear through Indiegogo, make sure everybody's paid up.
I think we have like 30 tubes.
Oh, we got a lot of tubes.
This will be a hell of a postal. Sorry guys, bit of a queue. We'll make a bit of a queue. Another thing. Which is what we did in Ticonderoga as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing well.
We got some good news to report and some bad news. I mean, the mission went very successfully. Not as successfully as we had hoped, but we did get some extra stuff. The secret little project that we had at the beginning, which I think equals things out.
Yes, you guys have hopefully picked up on. We always try to do something extra. In America, we really push the boundaries. This time we made sure, I mean, you managed to organise something pretty amazing very, very quickly, and it went swimmingly, which is a phrase in England. Is that over here?
Yeah, that means it went very well.
Yeah,
yes.
very well.
It's hardly used, but we know what it means.
So yeah, I think we're going to go through the trip bit by bit.
Yep.
The negatives and the positives, and then sort of summarise, and that'll be the debriefing / log. So why don't you start, Stuart?
This will be part of the captain's log. I'm going to fill you in on other goodies and stuff as well in the captain's log and show you some of the footage that we got during the weekend.
Oh yes, okay. So what's it full edit, is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll film an opening in it. You guys, you're in on the conversation. Anyway, so we went down actually to Pennsylvania first, which was about an 8-hour drive.
And it is worth saying, I flew in, we had half a day, 3/4 of a day here, then we went straight the next day. It was literally like, and we're off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But that was okay.
That was fine.
Went for a nice long drive down to Pennsylvania, about 8 hours, same as the drive to Ticonderoga.
It felt shorter though.
It did.
There was a lot of windy roads though, which were kind of fun.
It did, yeah. But we went down there to see an amazing prop builder by the name of Ken Palco.
Yes.
Now, Ken has worked on a lot of blockbusters over the years. Yes.
I love that word.
Including Deadpool and so many others. He's worked on
X-Men.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yep. Continuum, Dark Matter, I think was that.
Yeah, he did a bunch of other movies. He's currently working on Deadpool, or not Deadpool.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Deadpool 2.
And
Deadpool 2.
And a TV show that we filmed a bit about that has not even come out yet, which we're excited about.
Which is called Altered State, or Altered Carbon.
Yes, Altered Carbon.
Yes.
That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's also working on the new X-Men movie.
Yes.
But anyway, so we got to join him in his shop. He's somebody I met at Wonderfest a few years ago. We've become friends. Amazing guy. We got to experience some firearms shooting. Yeah, he's never shot one, but he should have shot one. You did pretty good. You did very good. Very well.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know much we can say about all that bit.
No, we're not going to say too much, but there might be some footage. We'll see.
Yeah, I did very, very well, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a good feeling about that.
Because Ken specializes in like weapons, like swords, guns, modifying actual firearms to fire blanks, and then modifying them to look like sci-fi guns from...
Yeah, his shop is so elaborate. I mean, he's got machining tools that can do the whole gambit. So if you need a standard, say, Smith & Wesson converted into something truly science fiction, give it to Ken. He not only builds it, he also designs it. And every other thing was like, oh, he designed that too. And I know we both knew his repertoire, and we talked to him on Skype a little bit, and we knew he was certainly talented. But personally, for me being there, the amount of things he kept talking about and kept showing and but also not in a bragging way, just in like oh yeah, this and this and this. So much more respect for the man, because he's a true artist, but also really talented. So that was a lot of fun. And
the kindest guy. I mean, we went out for a few meals, and he picked up the tab, and that was amazing. Really surprising. And I really was,
And got to hang out with his fiance and his son, and stay in his house, and
made his little Doberman.
He made a new best friend for life.
Mini pincer, Max. So. Yes. Anyway, so that was a great time. We got a lot filmed there. We're going to be having a new spin-off show. We're going to announce it here. Oh. A new spin-off show called Trekyards Armory, where we look at weapons and stuff, or just sci-fi props in general, based on different sci-fi franchises. And
I think we got between 8 and 11 videos made.
Yeah. We
wanted to do more, but timings were such, and he had work to do. Like he was working on Deadpool 2 and talking to us, so we were kind of like, what can I do, Ken? He was like, hey! And we were like, oh, okay. Yeah. But we had some lucky breaks there for his schedule to happen.
And Star Trek related, he worked on the phasers for Into Darkness.
He was the guy.
So we went through and looked at there's a video talking about the phaser and all the detail he put into it, which you never see, but there's amazing detail.
And he worked on Beyond as well.
Yes.
So there's 2 Star Treks under his belt as well.
So... that was the first part of the mission.
That was great.
We were there, went down Tuesday, we got there in the afternoon, stayed all day Wednesday, and half of the day on Thursday-ish, left around noon. And then it was a 5-hour drive down to Ticonderoga.
And that surprised you, because it was mostly all straight.
Yeah, it was all interstate, and the way down there wasn't. It was odd the way it planned out. Anyway, so we went to Ticonderoga, checked into a hotel. We didn't go to the sets that day. We waited until the next day, Friday. Went in, and we had talked to James earlier, said we are going to be down. We're thinking of staying on Monday to film the sets and stuff. Yep.
A dedicated day that we can just spend a few hours getting all the things we need to do.
Yeah, but he said they were closed on Monday, and that nobody would probably want to be there. So we're like, okay, well, what about Friday then? That's why we decided to leave on Thursday from Ken, so we had Friday. He said we'd call us back. That was like 2 weeks before the actual trip. didn't hear back from them, so we just assumed that everything was kind of good. If we showed up, we could do something.
And obviously, we were there extra. We had set time on the Friday and the Monday, so we had time either way.
Yeah.
For it.
So we showed up on Friday, and he basically said we need to talk to you about filming. We want people to film while they're here. You can't film any of the tours.
Yes, Mike and Denise and Doug is a proper CBS thing, so we can't actually film them on the tours, unlike last year.
Yeah, which we didn't expect to do, really.
No, it was more about the cool shots of them saying, "Oh, look at this," rather than anything specifically.
Yeah.
Listen to the tour. But that was fine, and we booked some time. They gave us some time on end of Sunday. They said after we close on Sunday, you guys can film what you need.
And they said around 4 o'clock we could have an hour to 2 hours. Well, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves here.
Well,
on Friday they had a grand opening for the beginning of summer for Ticonderoga. They had a grand opening for the set tours because last year it was open, but it wasn't really officially a set tour. Now it is. So they did a ribbon cutting ceremony, which we filmed.
it was nice.
The whole town showed up. The one of his teachers, one of James Colley's teachers from grade 6 or something, and the town commerce people were there. It was really nice. His mom, we got to speak with his mom. So we got a tour from James, which we could film. So we got some footage of that for you guys here, which was awesome. And then, so that's why we couldn't film that day because there was a bunch of stuff going on, which kind of put a kibosh on our plans a little bit.
Well, they gave us some scheduling, like we said, the end of Sunday, and also they said, James said, you can film all day Monday, which was kind of nice.
Yes, absolutely.
We weren't expecting that, but obviously you wanted to go kind of early, so it's kind of like, okay, we'll fit some hours in the morning, what we need left to do. So we were like, okay, great, we're booked in, 2 bookings, okay, cool.
Yeah, and there was a few times where we could have gone around the sets to film because there was nothing going on really, but according to James and the crew, they didn't want us doing that, and
so we respected that.
We totally respect that. Because apparently with the contracts from CBS, you're not supposed to film while there's tours going, or while they're there, basically. I don't know what the deal is, but that's fine. So all weekend was fine. We
did you get the snow guys on the Friday?
Yes, no, maybe.
Because they flew on Friday.
They flew in late on Friday.
I think we said hi.
Yeah, the guys, Thomas Maroney and his friend Nick.
Yeah, because they fell asleep after. Remember, they asked the free stuff.
Yeah.
So we said hi to the Star Trek Online guys, which flew in to see us and the Star Trek Online sets.
And we got a bunch of free Star Trek Online swag, which I will show you in this video, just in a separate clip.
Amazing
stuff. Stuff we did not expect, for sure.
No, really amazing. Clearly like that we do content on this stuff, and we love doing content on this stuff, so it's a really nice, like, we're all the big Trek Happy Family moment, and it was great to meet Thomas finally in person, and one of the great environment artists who's done so much work on the show, Nick, what's his name?
Nick, I can't remember his last name, it's with the D.
Yeah, and he's done so much stuff, and I think we'll get to bring on the show, because...
Yeah, we interviewed them, we got some good interviews.
That's the next thing. So,
I know, that's what we're bleeding into.
We are.
So we didn't go on our tours for the actual set tours with Michael and Denise because we'd paid for those, so we wanted to.
Yes, we actually had to pay this time, which was fine. We put that in. That's why the Indiegogo has a little bit more of a needs to be covered this year.
Yeah.
Saturday we knew we weren't going to film anything formally because we booked Sunday and Monday, and we still went in the morning and said, "Hey guys."
But yeah, we need to make a presence and.
Yeah, we said hi to Doug because he'd got in.
But Saturday night was the dinner. First thing, Saturday night was the dinner after the Saturday events, which we were hanging around for. We interviewed one or two. It was odd because we interviewed 2 people coming off the tour
in the morning,
and then we went for lunch and we came back and they wouldn't even allow our cameras in there. Like things had changed that quickly, which shocked us. So I
think the clarification of you can't film them turned into you can't film while they're in the building
on the premises,
which we were
or whatever.
Again, it would have been nice to hear it beforehand, because we booked in extra days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Saturday instead, because we knew we couldn't film anything formally, we filmed with Thomas Maroney and Nick, filmed some interviews, filmed some little pieces, talked to them, had a nice time. So we've got some great stuff with them coming up, guys. So that was a nice little bonus. It's an extra.
And getting back to the dinner. The dinner was awesome. We met quite a few Trekyards fans.
Yes.
Eric Gummerson and his brother Mark. They brought us actually up a little laminated Trekyards thing with our pictures and the logo, and they wanted us to sign it, which is awesome. We also signed their Ships of the Line calendar. We snagged Doug for a minute. So we snagged Doug. We needed him to sign some of your perks for the campaign, so we took him down to the car. We were signing them on the trunk of the car, hanging out with Mark and Eric Gummerson. Really good time. Got some photos from that.
I got a sign from Michael and Lisa Kudo, which was lovely. They signed, well, the wrong book.
Yeah.
I brought the Doug book because they're both blue, so whoops, I got the wrong. But that's fine. That's mail signed by them as well. They were lovely.
And
Very
got
nice
photos with them. Yeah.
Very nice. I was sort of, we talked to them a little bit on the Saturday morning because they sort of walked in. I think it was that Saturday morning. But I got a little chat with them as well. And I knew about Trekyards and such. Got to meet them, and it was funny because those guys.
And they remembered me from Vegas from 2013,
Yeah.
which is odd.
And it's funny because those guys, you know, I think we've all seen them in the books, in the behind the scenes, the most of everybody. And so just seeing them in person, they haven't really changed much. It was like, oh yeah, there they are. You know, of course they're here. It wasn't as surreal because I feel like I'd seen them a lot more. So that was really nice. And yeah, lovely people. Yeah.
On Saturday, we also got to interview them on the bridge, Michael and Denise and Doug as well.
Yes.
There was a press part at the end where we got like a limited 10-minute time to interview.
Yeah, we were told early on the Saturday that Sunday would be the press day. We were meant to go around and try to snag interviews with them between, although this then changed when they said that we're not filming the building, so okay. But yeah, I managed to get our 10 minutes of press time. There was 3 different interview bodies there. Pylon Trek, who arrived, another chap who we don't know, and then we got the last...
He was from Trek Tour.
Oh, okay, Trekyards, brilliant. And then we got the last, it was like 9 minutes and 12 seconds on the camera. But we used the lights, we got a really nice thing. The shot was beautiful on the bridge, really good interview, lots of small questions. Yeah, that was really fun. That was a really nice experience to be able to interview them properly.
And Saturday night also, was it Saturday or Friday? Friday! Sorry, we missed something. Friday was James's birthday. So after everything was closed, we got to stay for a pizza party, had birthday cake. We actually hung out on the bridge of the Enterprise and watched the snippets from the editing room floor from the Roddenberry vault with the Okudas there. Then they answered questions afterwards.
Yeah.
Then they were tired and had to leave, so we... They wanted to watch Court Martial on the screen. We didn't really stay for that. We snagged the Okudas outside, got them to sign a few prints, which we'll be probably releasing in our next Indiegogo campaign. So
we didn't try
spoilers.
Yeah, we didn't do very many because time and whatnot. But we knew it was important to you guys to get a few things, so we put that. We fit it in. That was lucky. That was lucky timing. But to watch something that they did on the bridge with them commenting was a really fun experience.
And then we came up with the idea for Star Trek Online, guys. It'd be cool to play Star Trek Online on the bridge.
Well, they did. Thomas said, wouldn't it be cool? And we sort of ran with it. And well, what was the idea?
To play Star Trek Online on the bridge and do a cross promotion with Ticonderoga to pump the set tours.
Yeah, because they've just released the Agents the Agents Yesterday's pack has the bridge, has all the TOS sets, so they'll
we went to Mary Beth, who's in charge of pretty much everything
events,
there, and talked to her, and she said absolutely not, cannot do that without CBS approval. We need to speak with John Van Sears and get approval before we film. And we said, well, can we film and have it, hold on to it until no, can't do that. There's no way it'll happen.
And it was a very impromptu idea.
Yeah.
And we sort of mentioned it, and then the Star Trek Online guys came and actually mentioned it themselves. They pitched it to James directly, and he was a bit more inclined.
He said he would talk to John Van Sitters.
Yeah.
And then next day, we did our tour.
Was the Sunday, yes.
We did our tour in the morning.
Early. Yep. So and it was a really good tour. I went to many Doug ones last year because I filmed them, and it was better. It was really great to see the different styles and see Michael and Denise shine in their own ways. Yep, that was really nice.
All right.
That was nice.
Hold on. Just screwed up my train of thought there for a second.
One of the Sunday tours.
Tours. And then after our tour, we again tried to mention the idea because we hadn't heard back, and we got a lot of pushback again saying it's not going to happen. James was like, what's going on? Because people went up to him and said, these guys are trying to do this and film on the sets.
There's very limited direct communication.
Yeah.
So many people trying to micromanage.
The miscommunication there is kind of awful sometimes, which is a shame. But anyway, James called John Van Sitters directly on a Sunday, got a hold of him right away, and John said that was fine. So we started to scramble. We wrote up a quick script of what we're going to film of them, and then, long story short, we filmed a really great piece with Thomas Maroney in the captain's chair playing Star Trek Online on the big screen.
And he was nervous, but I think after the fact he was pretty amazed because that was an incredible experience to play his game, and we got some pictures of. I said, make sure you put your ship on the view screen, so I got a picture of him with his ship on the real Connie Bridge.
Yeah, which is awesome.
So I'm glad we made that sort of fan dream come true, and Nick as well. He got to be in that quite a lot as well. So a great little cross promotion piece that we'll hopefully see one day in some form.
We'll see soon.
Hopefully.
So anyway, we got that done for those guys, and also on that day we were out in the parking lot, and the guy's like, "Hey, you want to see something in my trunk?" And we're like, okay." Sounds kind of odd. And we had seen this guy the night before at the supper. He opened up his trunk, and he's actually a collector. He had an original series TOS Klingon Disruptor pistol that was actually screen used, sold at the Profiles of History auction for $35,000. We got to hold it. I got some pictures with it. We did a quick video piece on it where we both talked about its design and part of the Trekyards thing.
Yep.
So that's going to be fantastic. This one was actually owned by Matt Jeffries himself.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Ooh. So that was cool. So that's something else that happened on the Sunday. And then we clarified with them because we thought we were filming 4 to 6, but apparently there was another tour at 4.
And also
so,
tour at 5 as well.
Yeah, so anyway, long story short, we couldn't film on Sunday because everybody wanted to leave at the end of it. We were being rushed to film our Star Trek Online thing, but that was fine. Everybody was tired, and understandably so. And the Akutas had to get out of there, they weren't involved with what we were doing anyway, but anyway, so we were told to come back on the next morning.
Which
the Monday.
Was already booked for a short time, but we said, James, can we just film longer? He was like, yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So he said he'd be there at 9, and I shook his hand a few times and reiterated the fact 9 o'clock because I wanted to leave relatively early because it's an 8-hour trip. I didn't want to be getting back too late.
But we were kind of excited though because obviously the 2 hours at the end of the day, everyone's kind of tired, and we are kind of tired. But going fresh at 9, no one there apart from James and a couple of volunteers, that would have been really good.
Yeah, because they're closed Monday, but they still clean up and do things like that. So
post-event.
And we've been in there before in past years, same kind of thing where we get to wander around and do our filming. And last year we did all that, but unfortunately the footage got stolen. But so we got there at 9.
I was tired, early in the morning.
He was tired and grumpy.
Not grumpy, just
you're always grumpy.
Well.
But on the way there, we actually saw James with 2 of the ladies from the town, friends of his mom's or something. We waved at him, and that was just before 9 o'clock, so we're like, it's probably going to be a few minutes late.
So we're in the car, just waiting. Nice sunny day. I got my Monster Energy drink because I'm that tired.
Yep. So we filmed a quick beginning of a captain's log in front of the set, saying that we're going to be filming.
Yep.
And then one of the volunteers showed up, and so that encouraged me that somebody was going to be there because he didn't have a key though. So he went to get breakfast. Came back about half hour later. Still no James. About 20 after 10, he got a phone call, the volunteer, and apparently James was actually kind of snagged up with the city council because now that he's a part of the city council for Ticonderoga to help clean up the town and bring business to the town.
Yeah.
He got snagged, and he was going to be a couple more hours before he could even come and open the doors. So we're like, well, that absolutely sucks.
And it's a 9-hour trip back, so leaving anywhere later than a certain point is just...
Well, it's 8 hours, but seven and a half.
Well, 9 with the stopping for food and gas and stuff in the being.
Well, it's usually about 8, So yeah, we just decided that it was time to head home, which sucked because we didn't get the footage that we wanted there. We did get a lot of extra footage. We got the Thomas Maroney STO footage. We got all the Ken Palco stuff. We got some interviews. We got the James tour part of it, which you'll see here. So we did get a lot of stuff, just not what we wanted to, not what we were going to do when we got there, which kind of sucks.
Everything but what we planned.
Yeah, it was just a big massive miscommunication for the whole thing, even though we had tried to organize it earlier. But anyway, so I guess naming it the Wrath of Ticonderoga was a bad thing because it was
Or it was very apt.
Yes, either it was foreshadowing or it was, creating our own destiny for it. Maybe the next one we should call Ticonderoga Mission Canada 3, The Search for Actual Footage.
That's also very true.
It just kind of sucked. We saw a lot of opportunities where we could have gone in and got just what we needed, but we were very respectful of James and his crew. They are still getting their footing as far as CBS licensing goes and how these weekends work, so we didn't want to step on those toes.
And they're also not used to filming as extensive as we want. Normally it's just interviews with James, which they can just pull people in.
Yeah, we wanted to interview James as well on the Monday.
And look at the props, but this time has worked out. But yeah, we do a lot more filming with all different locations, so it needed more time and more just allowing us to do it. And those times just weren't worked out throughout the weekend. So yeah, a real shame. Each day we were kind of positive for the next day, but
the drive home for the first little while wasn't very pleasant. I was very not talkative because I was working things out in my head, like how am I going to do damage control with you guys because we promised you all this footage. But I'm very confident we got enough film down there that you guys are going to benefit from it because we got a lot of great footage.
We filmed a lot of stuff here since we've been back.
Well, yeah, that was all part of the plan initially anyway,
Yes.
So we're just missing the sweet TOS stuff. But I mean, I'm sure we can arrange a time to go down when there's not a weekend going on with somebody, perhaps. We don't know when, but if it's not a special weekend, I think it might be a lot easier.
Yeah, I think even though they do set tours all year round almost, they're not used to these big events with and 3 guests this time, so managing the times. And I think we know a lot of people didn't turn up for the earlier tours, they might then suddenly come to later ones, so just organisation is not there yet, but it's their second big event, so hopefully in a couple other film crews that aren't us can actually go and have a book time and do it without any issue or hassle.
And in August, there is the Ticonderoga, which we're guests at. I'm going to be going down. Samuel will be Skyping in. We're doing 2 panels.
Again, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, we're going to record the panels so you guys can see them as an episode if you can't make it down. But we're doing 2 panels this year. One on Trekyards, and it's going to be...
Evolution of the Captain's Dress?
No, that's at the London Comic Con in October. That one's going to be what makes a good starship design. And the Fleetyards one is going to be Star Trek versus Star Wars, a universe of difference as far as designs go.
So good luck to Star Wars.
Anyway, that should be interesting. We don't want it to be a versus thing because we love both. No. But yeah,
look how we do the show normally, and that'll be how we format it. Some nice, gentle, non-bashing version, which hopefully you guys will enjoy.
Yeah. So I think that's it for our debriefing on the mission tour. Not what we planned, but not a failure by any means. So
obviously we're working with another entity and with a CBS license, so there are hoops and ladders and there are lines, and unfortunately nothing was able to be worked out this time. And there's certainly a shame, but we tried. We were there 4 days, and like I say, we got something bonus each day.
Yes.
And obviously you guys saw, because Saturday we weren't allowed to do anything specifically. We were able to do all the Discovery bonus videos, which we would film and get out.
Yeah, we did the live Discovery stuff.
And that took quite a while to edit. I only had my laptop, and the internet in the Super 8 was pretty... Yeah, but you guys got those great videos, and you guys enjoyed them, so thank you so much for watching those. And we're glad we got those breaking news videos out, because that was something fun to talk about the new Discovery and the costumes and such. So thank you, Trek Movie, for the... for the costume diagram. Trek Movie, you guys are awesome.
Aaron Harvey did a good job on that.
Super talented.
Yes, and we talked to him about that actually while we're down there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So that's it for.
And one more little tease.
Ooh.
While we were down there, we got some new models, some new 3D models.
Ooh, yeah.
Which you'll see on Trekyards, which I'm very excited about. A lot of work to get them worked out, but the process has now started. Hell of a tease, but if you, they'll be very, very interesting. I've got some great plans with them.
Major ships, yeah.
Yeah, major ships. So that was a real bonus to be able to get those while we were there.
So it was a nice sprinkling of good and bad for this trip. But I think the good and the bad kind of balance out. Yeah, they don't outweigh one doesn't outweigh the other. I don't think.
We had a great dinner with Thomas, and we had we had 2 dinners. It was nice to.
Yeah,
nice
got to hang out with Tom Baker. We got to hang out with the Parlon Trek guys, and that was fun.
Yes, we did.
Thomas Maroney from Star Trek Online and us. We did a podcast where we did Mountain Dew tasting, like 14 different flavors.
And Thomas was the official Mountain Dew professional there. He walked in, treated like a pro. I think he's missed his calling. I think Star Trek Online should have been his hobby. This is his passion. I never had Mountain Dew ever. Because it's not a big, well, it is a big thing in the UK, but not really. So I had 14 flavours in one go, and they're very, very similar.
There's only like 3 available in Canada here, so it's
cool. Really? Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, the Parlon Trek guys were good. They're from Quebec. They interviewed us before on their podcast. And it was cool hanging out with them. They're great guys.
It was, hell of an experience. An experience beyond anything else.
Yeah. So we got to meet the Star Trek Online guys, those guys. So it was a fun weekend. We saw our good friend Thomas Baker again, who came down and hung out with us as well.
Honestly, a lot of Trekyards fans, and most people that are Trekyards fans didn't outright say, "Oh, Captain Foley, can I have your, shake your hand." Most people were a case of, if we got in the same sort of zone of them, they'd say, "Oh yeah, I've seen your show." We're like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah.
Like it's just like a standard thing people watch.
Yeah. There was a few that were like, "Trekyards? Nice to meet you. I love your work." A lot of that going on.
But... And even the collector chap who got the TOS thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen Trekyards? Oh no, but I know about you guys. So it's even reached those sorts of people. So I think the name is out there.
Yeah.
People don't always have all the time to watch it.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy to watch everything.
Yeah, and we're very eager to help promote the set tours for James. And
that was the point I was going, really.
Yeah. So maybe down the road we speak with John Van Sitters and get things worked out and plan for a weekend event.
Communication is the key. I think next time get everything solidly booked.
So let's hope for that, guys, and we will try to make that happen for you guys in the future. But that's where we stand with this one. So we didn't get quite the footage we needed, but we did get a lot of stuff that you didn't expect, and we wanted to share with you guys here. So stay tuned for all the goodness. We're going to back up all the files before he leaves.
Oh, we already have been.
Exactly.
Everything's going to be on his new hard drive. Didn't have last year. So you'll have everything. I'll have everything. I'll have everything twice.
So nothing's going to get stolen this time. It's the end of the story.
That, again, that rare. The first Mission America, nothing happened for footage, and that was like 180 gigs. So it's fine, guys. We know how to do it. That was just an unfortunate
fluke.
I mean, people steal shit. That's what happens. I will say one last little tease, Stuart. We might just be piloting a new show while we're here together. Your idea. I'm so excited.
We'll see how that goes. I'm not saying anything else about that. That's a tease for you guys.
Yeah. We always have new ideas. That's what we're.
Yes.
We don't just stand on our laurels. We always try and create new footage, new opportunities, new things. For
new
you guys
show,
to
new
see.
show ideas. Yeah, absolutely.
As we're saying, the lights are being used right now for the improved video. So all this kit will be used for a long time to come, and it'll make a difference in the Star Trek Online short.
Yeah,
we'll say.
and as we did kind of mention too, there is a tease with October. There's the London Comic Con here, where Shatner's going to be here. There's a captain's chair being brought in, thanks to us, because the show organizer asked me if I could get a captain's chair. I had like 4 that I was looking at. Finally got one. Apparently Shatner won't sit in it for CBS suing him, which has happened before. Seems odd to me, but anyway, the chair is going to be there for people to get their photos in. Trekyards is taking care of the chair for the entire weekend. It's kind of a sponsored by Trekyards thing. So come get your picture in the chair if you're in London, Ontario.
So the captain gets to have his own captain's chair that he runs. Nice.
And that's October 13th and 5th through the 15th. We're also doing a live panel there as well on the evolution of the captain's chair.
Yeah.
So not just the Enterprise one, but just captain's chairs of over the years.
And I hope it won't be too cold where I am, because I'll be in my office.
That's right. So we'll have a captain's chair and a set piece for behind it, so you guys can get your photos there if you're interested. So that's something exciting too. October 13th and 15th in London, Ontario.
And come up to the Murfield event, which is where we got the Patrick Stewart signs for to support the charity. I believe you are probably Skyping. I think we assumed that you are, so we haven't organised it yet.
Yeah,
but
it's the first time hearing about it.
I'm hosting a Trekyards. We're doing a multiple day event. The Saturday is hosted by another Trek group, but I'm there as their special guest, and the Sunday is Trekyards / I can't remember the website's name, but Mark Gill's website, really good amount of information on his site. We're dual hosting, although sort of Trekyards is the name brand, as it were, and Mark is my second in command for the whole weekend, which is really exciting. He always said to me, let's do everything, and I was like, yes, Mark, absolutely. And we'll be doing, hopefully getting Andrew Probert in. He has confirmed as much as he can, but he's doing some personal things around that time, so hopefully get him in, hopefully get Stuart in, do some live panels there. So if you're in England and want to go to Murfield, it's in July, end of July, I believe, or early August. I think it's right at the end of July. It's the thing straight after this trip. But since this trip was quite big, I haven't put as much time to that as I wanted to, because this has been quite a big trip.
We'll have that, then we'll have Ticonderoga, so we got to plan for that too.
Yeah, there is constant events. I just wish more of them involved us flying to see each other. This is still a rare event.
That'll happen. We're just coming up on 3 years. We're still young as far as the show goes. So and we've got a lot of things in the works, kind of our fingers and different things that we want to explore as far as conventions and stuff goes. So
we still have like a set of Fleet Yards guests, guys.
We actually have our next. We think we have one of our next mission trips started to be planned with the Star Trek online guys, but we're not sure yet. We're just
that was where I wanted to go next, but boy, has that possibly expanded something really exciting.
Yeah, but more about that later. Anyway, we're running kind of long, guys. So while he's here, say hi.
Hello.
But enjoy the rest of the log, guys.
Yes.
And
it's
how do you want to close out?
Great to be here. Great to be. I think it's my second captain's log. I was here last year. 7 months apart. Geez, needs to be more regular. But it's always great to see this guy in real life, and see behind the curtain of what else is in the room, because there's pipes and wood, and it's fancy here though.
No, it makes it sound so unexciting.
This is exciting.
Anyway, guys, enjoy the footage, and I'll be back at the very end just to say a good quick closeout, and he'll be gone by then probably, but anyway, it was nice having you here, Commander. Oh. And yeah, enjoy the footage, guys.
Yes. Right.
Bye. So there you have it, guys. Not completely successful, but not an absolute failure either. And like I said, all that video footage that I've talked about in there is going to be available on the 2-hour one. There's a few things we didn't really touch in there too much, and it's not really included in the 2-hour one. We did a lot of stuff with Star Trek Online guys, Thomas Maroney and his buddy Nick. Filmed some interviews with them, did some of that stuff as well. Lots of stuff from Ken Palco, lots of behind the scenes stuff that is included in the original, the 2-hour version of the travel log. So that's something as well that you can look forward to. One thing that we did have access to was a studio when we were here, courtesy of Chapin Studio here in London, Ontario. We actually had a recording stage. Got a lot of great pictures and stills from that. We didn't really have much planned. There was a planning session that Samuel and I did when we got there, because we really didn't know how much time we were going to have or whatever. It was kind of a last minute thing, all thrown together by my good friend Sky Westman and his buddy Mike Chapin, who owns the studio. So really fun stuff happened there. Sky was one of our extras, and his friend Amber was there as well. She was also dressed up in Starfleet gear and looked fantastic. And we did a mini series of sorts, kind of. I don't want to tell you too much about it. Just want to kind of tease it a little bit. So I don't know when that'll be released, if it'll be released, because the sound quality when I watched the recordings back wasn't fantastic, and I don't think Samuel's going to be 100% pleased with it. So I'm not sure exactly how those are going to go. We got some pretty funny stuff, though, some fantastic bloopers and things out of that. But it was fun, and I want to thank Sky and Mike Chapman for that as well, because and Amber, everybody that was a part of that. Please, my thanks. Also Sylvia, she was our boom operator, and her shoulder was very sore the next day. She had to hold the mic boom. But anyway, and let's not forget the amazing meet and greet we had with our fans at Boston Pizza. A lot of great people showed up. We had a lot of fun. Got pictures with a lot of people, thanks to, oh my god, William, Jeff, Zev, or Aaron, or Alan, I can't remember. It's Zev, anyway, Zev Films. Emily, Jim, Dave, Michael, Fred, Cassandra, Will. A lot of great people showed up for that. It was fun. We handed out some prints, not Prince like as in the singer formerly known as Prince, but prints of us, signed for them. It was a fun time, and really thank you to everyone that came. It was fantastic. It was way better than our last year's meet and greet, which was just kind of my close friends. Some people couldn't make it. My friend Josh couldn't make it. My friend Tim couldn't make it, which is a shame, but a lot more people came this time. Jeff was one of the ones that came from Windsor, like a 2-hour drive, and he actually has just been watching our show for about 2 weeks, and had watched 50 episodes, and told his girlfriend or his wife that he was taken off to London to meet these guys, and she thought he was crazy. But anyway, he came back alive, and everything's fine. So hopefully she wasn't too mad at us for that. So yeah, anyway, so the meet and greet was great, and then yeah. So yeah, and then also the Canada Day celebrations. Samuel and myself went and saw some fireworks and a drone show, which was great, and there will be footage of that also included in the full-length 2-hour-long travel log. So I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' inputs and thoughts on this one, whether you think we failed in our mission, whether we did what we set out to do, and worked with what we had. So there's also a lot of footage of the tours, as I mentioned, from James, as well as the ribbon cutting ceremony. There's also the whole thing with the Disruptor, the $35,000 owned by Matt Jeffries Disruptor that we got to hold, the TOS Klingon one. That was fantastic. So there's going to be a video coming about that as well, for Treknology. Lots of great stuff that really... There was a lot that happened on the trip. It's hard to summarize it all, because I know the video you just watched, we missed a lot of stuff, even in that. And I apologize during that. There's a few times where I look kind of irritated, and I'm like, you know, I'm on edge. I'm just but that was the middle part, and that's again then going back to this whole the way I feel lately. I just don't feel like myself, and I apologize to you guys for that immensely. You guys didn't ask to be put on the back burner, so to speak, with my captain's logs not coming out and things, so I really apologize, guys. I feel like I owe you a lot more than I'm giving you, and we're still trying to keep the regular videos coming to you. Samuel is fantastic, the hardest working man in Starfleet or on Trekyards for sure. But I'm getting back into my groove. I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself, getting caught up with things I needed to catch up with at home, and different things that I put off as well for our trip. Catching up with all that, plus writing new scripts. Got some mission briefings set out here on the on my computer desktop, ready to film with Samuel next week. We hope to get back into it and get a lot of stuff filmed for you, get back on track. But there's lots of videos coming out from our mission trip, lots of stuff that was filmed while we were here, while he was here, and so looking forward to hearing all your thoughts on all of that, as well as all the live Q&As that we posted while we were on our trip, and also our Discovery breaking news videos. So that's about it, guys. Like I said, put in the comments below whether you want to see the 2-hour long one. It is a lot to sit through, but it's fun stuff, and it's, you know, short little videos from the whole trip all edited together with my commentary in between, so that's what makes it so long, but it's worth it. There's behind the scenes stuff, there's extra bonus goodie stuff we did. You get to see pretty much everything we talk about, so hopefully you guys are interested in that. The best way to show me is to hit the like button. I want to get as many likes as I can on this video, so that I know that I should be releasing that. And I know the true diehard Trekyards fans will definitely be interested in watching it. It is fun, but I just didn't want to release it as a regular captain's log, because once you see an hour and 56 minutes when you're scrolling through, you don't want to watch it. So anyway, this one's rather long itself, and I apologize for that, but we wanted to get all our information out there to you guys. So anyway, that's where we sit. So please, guys, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my personal channel as well, and don't forget to watch other videos by us, and we will see you very soon. Until next time, I'm Captain Foley.